You good? All good, all good. Welcome to sunny Cape Town, where we got an exciting game ahead here. Semi-final in the ladies over 55 division. We've got England playing Ireland. Cracking event. This is the first semi-final in this division. There'll be another one after this, but right now all the attention is on England against Ireland. England coming through their pool on top, unbeaten, and Ireland in the other pool coming through in second place. So both teams on form this tournament. England have been quite dominant in their pool, but again, when you come to cross-pool playoffs like this, you're never quite sure how strong each of the pools are. Ireland losing only one game in their pool so far. That was to Scotland, who came out on top of that pool. Scotland will be in the other semi-final, which takes place straight after this. That should also be an exciting affair, having the two semi-finals here back to back. The Scottish team will play against the Dutch, and all four teams nice and strong, looking really good this tournament. England pressing high at the moment, as they usually do. Wheatley trying to put a bit of pressure on there. Ireland keeping possession and doing a good job, not coughing up the ball, which is important when you're this deep in the field. Reset happens. Ireland playing for the trough ball. Semi-finals always start off with cagey affairs generally. Needs a goal somewhere to just open up, so the teams start playing nice and freely. Becky Harris is making the ball go wide there as we trying to set up in the midfield. Sarah White, the captain, will be influential in the middle of the field. As get her on the outside. A good break as we go with Gatherer. And Gatherer trying to find a way in on the left-hand top there. Only getting as far as the Ireland defense, and they knocked the ball outside. She entered a long corner. Territory-wise early in the game, but England pushing forward, putting the pressure on at the back as Jenny Parks now makes it alive, but very well intercepted. There's Ireland come away with the ball. They're going to be looking to break wherever they can. Trying to find a space. So Grady just looking forward and then going for the bailout, making sure that they keep the ball. Lots of pressure on Lawler there, as England do come away with it. White's going to look wide, yeah. Perfect ball going on the outside. That's a really nice delivery. T-point open, going for the cross. Ball popped up, it'll be dangerous. Linda Webb was waiting. I think, just looking ahead, I think Wheatley was the one running higher there for the baseline run, but good build-up players. England win their first short corner. Imposing themselves so far in this match. Short corner coming out. Linda Webb on top. No, going to the right-hand castle. Going for the crack. No, pop the ball up. Top that one. Won't be happy with that. Gibby Sholcroft. Jenny been very good at those. Cracking them in. As Ireland gets to reset the ball now. See if they can come out the back from here. Ireland got to be very careful. They keep playing the ball into the midfield and ball's a bit loose. Whenever you're playing the ball in the midfield, you've got to be careful for the turnover, especially when you're this deep in the half. They've struggled to get the ball out here, not for lack of trying. Okay, ball going on the right hand side, looking for the cross in there. England just trying to, Sholcroft trying to find a ball across. Ball set it up, drags the ball back in again, will win the free hit, but not going to get much from that. And again, O'Grady, the skipper, just popping the ball loose for Ireland, trying to come away with something. They need to clear the ball down the field because they're absorbing a lot of pressure. The crash comes in, and again, lots of stick work there. Ellie Wheatley with a knockback on the foot, so wins the blow. But again, this is in a position where we Julia Conrath now looking for the ball. Conrath trying to make the 5 yards before she crashed, and not much space to go through there. Burley Burke just putting the pressure on and blocking the path in, and Conrath's going to go back and reset as Ireland get another 16. But again, England pressing with every play in front of the ball, and they're going to shuffle now. Ireland need to move the ball faster than this. The trough ball has to move with pace if you want to get behind the English press. Slow transfer just gets them chance to regroup, but just gets hit right back into Jenny Parks' lane. Parks trying to find the ball wide, going back to the P spot. Debbie Sholcroft just not making the ball back in the middle. Wheatley trying to find it. Linda Webb stepping now, but Judy Shaw for Ireland just running the ball out wide, trying to be safe. And getting some relief. Playing the ball down the sideline there. Again, Ireland playing back to the middle, but they need to get the pace on you. They're going sideways quite well, but sideways doesn't get you down the field. Bit of scanning going on here. I couldn't see any channels opening up. They need to create some space here. England very good at just doing a good press. Nice little bounce out there by Lawler. Lawler playing neatly with Burke. Burke trying to keep the ball away. As Burke drops the ball back, and we're going to a bit of a holding pattern here. England just keeping the screws on here, making sure that there's no space for Ireland to come out, and the ball gets won by Manny Gatherer, but there appear to be a stick involved as the reset happens. O'Neill on the sideline, looking to relieve some pressure, knocks it right across the field. That's a better transfer. Let's create some space and they can work. Another ball down the field. Again, the England intercept happening. Ali Wheatley trying to throw an overhead. More like an underhead if you ask me, but you keep the ball on the deck, not try too complicated. Burke and a lot of pressure in that midfield, not helping her out. Are giving her a soft ball. So again, Ireland are going for the forward ball. There we go. They've got a fetcher in line. Looked like Lawler needs to look after the ball, and again they're just not finding clean ball through. England get to reset now. Move the ball around the back. It's Harris. Long ball across. And Taylor. Nice big switch. Conrath on the line. Sholcroft looking for a circle entry, tucking the ball back nicely, gets the free hit advantage, and then doesn't get the free hit advantage, only one blow there. Umpire doesn't call for it as Conrad smashes the ball in there. I've heard a rumor that Conrad's son Sebastian is watching this game live. Sebastian, I hope I can hear you shouting. Both the Conrads playing at this tournament. Dad's also known as Veggie. He's got a semi-final coming up later as well, so semi-final day for the Conrad family as the ball keeps getting switched around the outside. Conrad the slap just being intercepted. Good position of player there. They need to hold this ball now. Carrying the ball to halfway line. I think it's the first time they've crossed the halfway line with ball in possession. Unfortunately, not getting the blow there. In fact, they do eventually get the blow. Kinley had that ball right on the halfway line as Hunter steps up to take it. Smashes the ball over the baseline. That's a good move because this game's been transferred now to the England quarter, which they haven't been in for a long time. So Ireland trying to put the pressure on. England very good at making a lot of small passes. Been there. Canetta in previous games has been the key player they've gone through. Trying to go through a man there, but England been very good at playing the short, fast passes to get themselves out of these positions. As Harris scans along, but that's just running into a player. Lawler making the tackle, and now Kinley trying to pass that down the baseline. Some lunge tackles coming in there. Umpire's not going to be on the case of that. Lawler again with the long stick in. The switch coming. Big to open play. This is where England are good. Sholcroft making a long pass. Again, as I've said, commentators curse. They've been looking for short passes. They start going long and start coughing up more ball. Shaw on the ball. A lot of pressure on her. Don't have any clean movement there. Don't think Canetta's going to give a lot of space in this game. Hunter on the reset. And Ireland looking for the route one ball. Good traffic move there. Just a bit of hassling from Parks, but Ireland looking for runners in the circle. There's one very high player trying to keep everybody open as they move the ball. This is going to be a circle into. They crash it in, gets a deflection. The ball has got spin on it. Double save under the keeper. They're going to give a short corner for this, but I'm not sure who got that first deflection off. Fantastic goalkeeping there. Ali Close had a double save to make their first one on the deflection, which, as you know, can go anywhere. You're never quite sure what's going to happen to those. Second one knocked into her and had to make the save and ended up lying on top of the ball, which in that situation we didn't know where it was. Just smothering the ball, but then a short corner gets given away. And Ireland, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but just moved up the field and in a very short space in time have earned themselves a short corner. As we see what they come up with here. Injection out to Castle 2. Missed trap, unfortunately, a little confusing there. Looked like Kathy Shaw just missed that one. Ball been running, umpire not sure what's going on here. He's put his arm up and then a little bit of hesitation. As England get a chance to reset, but again Ireland putting the pressure on, and Ali Close being part of the player there. Being brought into action. Keepers don't normally be part of the trough, and nothing wrong with using them in the trough every now and then. As the ball gets smacked along. Julie Shaw just catching a small edge on that. As Ireland are ringing some substitutions. Again, this game 0-0. chances at both ends. Possibly the better chance to Ireland. Calling the English goalkeeper into a double save. But this game's still young and a long way to go. As England now going into a trough ball. Ireland happy to just hold off slightly, keep their press a little bit deeper in the field, trying to make the intercept like that ball there. Burke making a good back pass. Keeping the ball. Lawler trying to make a in connection. A lot of attention being paid to her by Sarah White. There's a big hit down the sideline. Only gets as far as Shallcraft, who knocks it out the sideline. They've got 3 players high in the circle here, trying to build up to those 3. What those 3 players do those, they marked and they pull 3 English players out of play, which opens up the midfield, gives you some space. Ball coming to O'Neill on the sideline, yeah. Ireland happy to trough for a short while. Need to up their passing pace. Loose pass there, almost intercepted by Linda Webb. Not to be. As O'Neill gets the ball down the sideline. Harris not impressed, thought the ball might be hers. As ball comes out. Burke looking for the through ball. Had an opportunity there, just couldn't link up. Looked like she was looking for O'Brien up front. O'Brien just not getting to the ball first, and a little bit of trouble here. Conrath having to clean up in the circle. Umpire saying that there was illegal pressure there. Not sure exactly what it was. And England get a chance to just reset and get the ball moving again. Umpire wanted the ball taken from exactly the right spot there. England work the ball down to Shallcraft on the sideline. Being blocked, still scanning for the long ball. Not finding White in the midfield, and Ireland coming away with the ball again. Looks like Burke on the ball there as White makes a dive. Ball still live as Lawler makes the long pass wide. They are deep in the field here, so it's going to hurt them. Gatherer just trying to block that pass down, but the ball does roll through. And again, Ireland gets to the ball first. And the turnover ball happens. O'Brien on the turnover, they're trying to get the ball. As Ireland slowly but surely getting back into this game. Judy Shaw now to make the ball live. Jenkinson gonna look for a long ball here. She has a couple times, doesn't go that long. Ball through to Burke. Burke looked like she's going to get a ball in the circle there. Lots of pressure being played in the midfield. Kathy Shaw applying the pressure. Ireland slowly but surely stepping forward in this game, and England not keeping the ball for as many passes as they have in the past, and that's been their strength, is keeping the ball on their sticks, making the short triangle passes, as Simon Mason calls the power triangles. When they make those power triangle passes, they're quick, they're sharp, they turn defenders around, and they also make you feel like you're chasing the ball. At the moment, what happening is we get to the end of the first quarter, the game's 0-0, both teams sensitive. There's a lot of hockey to go still, and we'll be back shortly.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
There goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people. It's just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. This will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe, and ready to host you.
Second quarter of this match between England and Ireland, semi-final of the O55 division. And started the game with a lot of pressure on Ireland. Ireland have absorbed their pressure at the back and moved down the field and sort of certain themselves high up in the field. Game still 0-0. You see England whenever Ireland get the ball up. Like to put the pressure on. That's good pressure there. Stick pressure. Ball coming through. Great step in front of the ball there by Jenkinson. Looked for all money because that was going to end up on the P spot for a deflection there from Sarah MP, but Sarah MP just waiting for the ball and it didn't come to her because of a great step by Jenkinson. Ball into the midfield. Lawler just catching the ball in her foot and knocking it away. She's got to be careful there. Sarah White, the captain of England, throwing the through ball. Canetta, who's looking for options, plays it down the middle. Just got enough air on it. Very good option there, but picked up. Looked like Hunter at the back there, picked that one up. Yep. And Ireland get to reset. And England go back and set up their press as they have before. Ireland coming outside of Scarloccia and need to make sure their passing speed is quicker because it does give England time to catch up with the game. MP just moving herself into position there very quickly. Small overhead being thrown. Missed by O'Brien and Ross is now on top of it for England. A lot of attention paid to her, but advantage being played. Ross trying to come out down the field. Too direct, I feel, to gather. She might have gone a bit wider to play the ball out the sideways. It looked like right half was a better option, but easy to say from up here. Conrath moving around the outside saying, give it to me, but England with a full press. Everybody in here trying to make sure that nothing comes out there. Got to be careful they don't all step together. There needs to be a second layer. Conrath was that second layer. They're calling for the block, exactly what I said there. Too many players come in and block each other. Umpire says there was obstruction in that and gets to call them all the way back. And Ireland won't be complaining about that free hit. Gives them space again. They are working the channel. Ball going over the top. Conrath missing that one, I think. Kathy Shaw was waiting for that one. The ball comes out to Lawler. Space on the right-hand side here. See Julie Shaw making a good run into space. Unseen by everybody, but Conrath making the tackle for England. And England just got to be careful. They've lost pace on their passing. Strength of their game. I'm pretty sure if you're an Irish supporter, you're not going to be upset about that at all. But if you're an England supporter, a bit frustrated at the moment watching, kind of just going through the motions where they normally move the ball much quicker. Trough ball coming, good pace on that one. Needs to not hover on the ball, makes the ball go through the line, but picked up quite comfortably by Julie Shaw. Ross making the ball go wide again. And Taylor finding the ball on the line. Shallcroft making the 45-degree pass infield. It's going to be a tough run to get there for Gatherer, but arrived second, but we've got the ball won. Shallcroft making sure she's in the mix. And a good midfield battle ensuing here. Gatherer. Again, too many England players arriving together. They need to send one player in as your hunter, and then two people at the next level waiting for the turnover. Pops loose from them. And again, a scrappy battle there, but I think Sarah White did well to win that one. Ball gets cracked in only as far as a foot, unfortunately. I think Burke thought she had that. Ball on the line. That's where England are good. Advantage being played. Second advantage. The ball gets right up to the keeper. And England on the shot, the ball gets lifted and the shot advantage becomes a short corner. Ball coming all the way to the end there. That was well taken as they entered the circle, but only as far as Pam Stick, the goalkeeper, who made the save. And then after making the save, lifted the ball, and I think that was awarded for a dangerous ball after the save was being made. Not her fault, but that's the way the umpires blow this game as England settle for their second short corner. Ireland only having one so far. Ball get injected short. Sarah White's on the left now, running out of options. Goes back to Gatherer. Gatherer pops it across to the P spot. That I'd call that a zigzag of some nature, but the injection wasn't as straight as it should have been. And ball went in. And just checking to put that in at the end. It was this cleverly. It was pushed back and then back in from Gatherer to like a zigzag happened, and then England get the scoreboard ticking. They're going to be quite happy. It might have been Impey, sorry. Trying to see who scored that goal. Bit of a mistrap, and always what happens with a short corner gets mistrapped. You've got to be careful as a defensive team. You don't stop playing. Ball getting pushed back to the injector, who was coming towards it very cleverly. And gave it the big deflection and waiting on the far post. That tackle was outside the 22, but the umpires called for a short corner. Not sure what's going on here. He's walking away, but that tackle, I'm pretty sure, was outside the 22. It was a hard tackle, so definitely given for a blow against Ireland. I'm sorry, against England for the voraciousness of the tackle. Got tucked in. Yeah, the tackle was outside the 22, unfortunately, so the umpire shouldn't be given short corners when the ball's outside 22. It's only in the 22. And Ireland now setting up with everybody forward to see what's going to happen with the short corner. Now they scatter. Had a committee decision about what's going to happen, yeah. It's their second short corner of the match. England are 1-0 up in this encounter now. Well taken goal from a short corner. Ireland about to return the favour if they can. Ball comes out to the second castle, gets trapped. There's a slip happening here. A little bit of miscommunication. I think Lawler gave that a little bit hard. It was telegraphed as well, so I think England could read where it was going. So you needed to just have more of a plan on that one. Just looked like they weren't sure where it was going to go as the over gets popped over the top. With the wind behind you in Cape Town, when it's breezy like this, you might as well use the wind to help you. No harm in that. I know a lot of people who like to throw the overheads with the wind when the wind is blowing in Cape Town. The southeast is blowing, what's also known as the Cape Doctor. Clears all the stale air in the country and pushes out over the sea, and so it makes everything nice, crisp and clean. England now holding the ball. Again, need to make sure that they got their passing speed up. Better ball through. Deflection coming from Shellcraft. Ireland now making some space here. O'Neill pushing the ball forward. Ball just rolling away. I think Salter just could not latch onto that. One of those irritating balls that just keeps out of your reach the whole time. As England going to the trough again, and Ireland got a shuffle. Only in the second quarter, so lots of hockey still to go here. Shallcroft way back in the field, goes for the hits to Wheatley. Wheatley's come back to fetch it a long way in the field, tries to work that sideline. Ireland doing their homework, they don't want Wheatley to run at the ball. Got some speed in those legs, and so they blocked that sideline and said to you're not going to get through here. As England get to reset again as Conrath knocking the ball back to the middle. And Taylor with the switch. England with their three at the back, trying to find some fetches. Oh, short path going sideways here. Losing a bit of control. That was Mandy Herwith, just a bit of bobbly ball. Always the worst thing. Ball into the midfield, free swinging sticks, and Conrath going to move the ball out wide, yeah. She's scanning. Shawcroft on the outside, coming to fetch the ball. There's nobody in the middle of the field to fetch her for England. Sarah White got pulled across on the previous transfer ball, and when the ball went back again. But as often the case, you need to have people that can alternate. You can't have one person doing laps up and down the field and across the width, you know, pretty much run them into the ground. So when one of your players comes to fetch on the sideline, the switch play does happen. You need a new person to go into that fetching role. If you watch the Dutch ladies play, is what their forte is. Alternating play the whole time between players. No one position. You keep moving at all times and fill the key areas. As the Ove gets thrown into the wind, it's going to be held back a bit. England just... Jenny Parks is running into trouble. The ball be knocked away. Sometimes that kind of play is intentional, but then the player takes out their halo and pretends they're all innocent. As Burke was the guilty party there. Andy Herwith just trying to find a way in there on the side. The umpire calling it back and saying you got the free hits. England setting up this with Shawcroft way on the far side. I'm not sure they're going to go to her, but she could actually creep in a little bit to the edge of the circle. She's not been spotted, and I think this ball comes back now. If they can find the 45-degree ball to Shawcroft, they're going to go the long way around. She'll be open, but she'll be receiving the ball high in the field in a corner with a lot of green in front of her in the goal. Tries to run a baseline. There's a clang of sticks. Hits her foot. Umpire says the foot was first. I'm not sure. A lot of banging of sticks over there. Umpire was right on top of the ball though, so pretty sure that call was correct. Nobody complained too much when it did happen. As again, Ireland set the ball up at the back, trying to find that transfer ball. Great tackle. Stepping in to make the tackle. A bit blindsided, but Mel Vincent on top of it as the ball gets played across there. Just scan across the park and we see Ireland with O'Grady and Kathy Shaw up front, trying to keep England honest. They've kept themselves quite high in the field, just at the halfway line level. A lot of Irish players coming to fetch the ball, but they've often resorted against the trough because they are being closed down here. There's always two England players arriving. As Wheatley comes away with the ball, White trying to pass the quick ball forward there. I think Linda Webb wasn't expecting that, but the intent was better there. England playing faster hockey and almost reaping the rewards there because the ball did get close to Linda Webb near the edge of the circle, which is kind of what they'd be aiming for. So 5 minutes left in this quarter. England holding a 1-level lead. Ireland maybe not having as many circle entries yet. They've had some good short corner options that they could have taken. Sorry, one short corner option. And have kept England at bay in the midfield and disrupted their play, which is what they want to do. We've got a blanket press going on here with a whole lot of people stretched across the field. Always shuffling left and right, and they're winning the ball. Burns in the front. Carolyn Burns making a good turnover there. Ball be knocked forward. Julie Shaw taking it forward, but again being slightly caught on the sideline there. Heading towards a corner flag, where there wasn't much space. As Ireland to find ways through here. Again, they've got themselves set up nicely inside the 22 of England, and dropping the ball a long way back. Jenkinson trying to find a ball forward, but there was a whole lot of traffic jam there. White and Shawcroft and Webb's not going to be part of this play. This ball's going to roll a long way down to the corner. Get intercepted before it gets there. Saved us from having to fetch the ball. As Hunter now scans to see what she can find forward, and only as far as Sarah White. And White just finding the foot to not getting the blow. Still, the play goes on. Drop pass will be on here. Again, oh, no advantage given there, but the pullback coming from Liz Cleverly, finding the foot inside the circle and getting the PC. There was some moment there where she could have carried on playing. The umpire might have been a little bit fast on the whistle there, because there were players ahead of that ball. Sarah White making the steal in the midfield there. Lawler trying to get it off her, but didn't work. And then Cleverly taking it in, pulling it back onto the Irish foot, and umpire saying no, take the short corner, as they do right now. Last short corner, they didn't push it straight, and in the ensuing went back to the ejector and found this goal. So here it comes again. Ball being struck by Webb down the middle of the field, came back to her. And if she had played that out left to Sarah White, there was so much advantage. Rhea Ward. So England on their fourth short corner. Big debate about whether you call the Rhea Ward another short corner or just a continuation of the first one. I like to call it a new opportunity. So fourth short corner, ball gets injected, trapped on the edge, looking for the slip to the left to White. White slapping it in, but I dare say White raised the ball slightly. Ball loose inside the area. I think players protesting that White did raise that above the backboard on the way to goal. And disengaged umpire not helping with the call here. There's a chat going on. Apparently the call looks like the ball was dipping. So it might have hit the backboard on the way there, though. It was definitely high, and players were swinging at it. So England with their fifth short corner. Ball going short to Sarah White. She's going to slap it across the face. Gets to the P spot, and a late arrival with a dive on the far side. Trying to see who that is. Yeah, that was Mel Vincent arriving there. We haven't seen much of Canetta in this game, and in the previous match yesterday, she was very influential in the midfield, receiving the ball and making it play. As the turnover happens, Gatherer in the D, passing across. There's a chance here. Webb's going to have a chance to hit it in, and she calmly palms that in. Gathered all the work, fired the ball into the keeper, who came to fetch it. Karen Long, I believe, came to play that ball, and unfortunately hit her pad and got played right, making it the path of Linda Webb. And Webb had the composure there to carry the ball, but pop it neatly past goalkeeper's foot. And England now 2-0 up in this encounter, and they'll settle down a bit more now. Good turnover ball there. Gatherer not 5 yards, but she'll get the as the horn goes. England 2-0 up in this encounter at the half-time mark. We've still got lots of hockey left in this encounter, so don't go too far.
We are fascinated by the mindsets and the habits that make individuals and teams perform at another level. Let us be your thought partners and transformational coaches. Are you part of a team and you are wanting to gain insight into what ingredients need to be in the mix to take your team to a whole new level of performance? Partner with us. We want to be your transformational coaches.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room, thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation, and about training and improving those skills, looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. Thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
Welcome back to the second half of the semi-final in the ladies over 55 division. England against Ireland. We're in the second half here, and it's 2-0 to England at the moment. Two very well taken goals, a short corner option that was deflected in front of the goal. And then a little while later we had a circle entry that was tapped in very well. Manny Gatherer, you credit with the first goal, and Linda Webb taking a superb opportunity. I'm not sure if Manny Gatherer scored that first goal, but she's been credited with it, so we'll give it to her. I think there might have been one more touch, but we'll let the players debate that later. As Ireland like come away with the ball, they've been working seriously hard in the midfield here. Just a bit channel bound. Julie Shaw trying to carry that down the channel, but as always, a lot of attention being paid to her. England quite happy to press close by and let the trough ball go. Good transfer ball there. That's what Ireland needs. Keep moving the ball cleanly. Ball out on the left being played on the line, but there's nobody there, unfortunately. Galvin fetching the ball in the left half and trying to find the pass forward. No options. As England gets a reset in the middle of the field. Sarah White came back to centre back for a short while. Slight changes coming in there. Unfortunately, the ball being played out the sideline, not very cleanly. As Ireland gets a reset again and make a big cross. It's a good ball, actually. It's going to cover a lot of grass. Galvin's got options looking forward. The 45 and on the line, going for the 45. Shawcroft not falling for that. Held her line nicely. Big crashing ball across the field there. As Ireland again try and force it into the D. That was Burke trying to find an option going forward. Long corner ensues, so got a chance to do this again. Hunter going wide and then smacking the ball long and finding a ball inside the D. Unfortunately, ball rolling in the D and clean strike coming through. Burns unable to get hold of that. Ball popped up on a stick and trying to turn and shoot, but in the ensuing mayhem, there's connection to sticks, etc. and umpires didn't like that, so Judy Shaw now playing the ball back. Trying to keep this game nice and static. We've got O'Neill on the right. Just losing control there. Sometimes happens. Take the eye off the ball, you come back and the ball's not there anymore. England trying to find a cheeky ball on the line there to this Cleverly, who'd lurked up high. And England now pressing a bit high in the field. They haven't been scared to put the stick in when it comes to pressing. Kanetsa now stepping in to get the pressure, and the ball being run behind that umpire. Not sure, bit of confusion. I'm not sure what hand he put up there. We're all looking. But again, England high in the field, which means they've brought all the Irish players back with them as well, which is a good press. Got to be careful they don't get dragged on the field chasing players. Ireland now looking for options going forward. Ball coming out to Galvin on the side. Played down the line, and England just couldn't get hold of that. Came in front of their sticks, I think. As the play gets moved way back down the field, and Ireland gets a reset. Burke's taken a couple of these and hit them into the D. Very direct player, this one. Again, finding a runner. Good ball there, actually, because very good lead from O'Grady coming towards the ball to get it. Just couldn't get the stick cleanly on it. Burke going on the solo run. Shawcroft won't let her go. Park's also in the area trying to make sure that nothing happens. And England got all their players back. As the ball rolls across. Kanetsa finding the ball, maybe going a little bit too direct. Players looking for options here. Ireland stuck in this corner. This is a tough corner to be stuck in. There's so many players here. They need a really clever game, a mini game to ensue from there. It's one of those games you play before the game starts, a mini game in the corner to sharpen your skills. Conrath with a transfer. White dropping back in the field. Looking for options. Playing the ball to channel. Kaneta, she'll do the turn. Very good at the skill. Keeping the ball, making sure it comes out. Back to White. White's got Conrath. A lot of pressure being pointed on there by Kathy Shaw, but the ball coming out clean. Now England making some good passing games. Shallcroft going to go long, but she could find the short pass. Trying to play too direct, too long. I think Kaneta kind of coming to play there, and looked like Parks in the area as well, but playing the long ball and mishitting it, and Ireland get a reset ball on the sideline. Hunter trying to find the direct ball. A very good hit there from Hunter. That is a clean strike. It's pierced the English defense properly. Looked like it was headed up front. For Burns. Carolyn Burns just arriving slightly too late to receive that. But it was cleanly struck through. Lovely strike from near the halfway line. It's again, England being pushed back here slightly. Going into mini-game mode. Ireland putting the pressure on. Kaneta arrives. Does her roll. Loses possession, but there was a stick tack there. I think Lawler was in the mix there. As England going to reset mode. Happy to transfer the ball around the back. Shallcroft needs to go small here. Takes on Burke, but gets stuck. Conrath on the 45, and now there's a turnover. A crash tackle happening. Linda Webb trying to make a play happen. Inside out, needs to find players to play with. Does get it back to Jenny Parks. There's space on the left. Needs to open this up. Sarah White taking her time. Not rushing the ball through there. Ross on the ball now. Dropping the ball back, and Parks looking for options. Back to Ross. Into the 45, but nobody there. As Ireland gets a reset, I think that was a bit of a hack because it looked for money that Kathy Shaw was open in the middle of the field there. Some time to play it. Shallcroft to Wheatley. We just got a pass on the baseline, great pass. Exactly what they needed. There's going to be a drop back to the 45. It could be free in the circle. Still popping loose. Kaneta on the ball, deciding what to do. Trying to go for the spin. Gets the hack. It's going to get a short corner for that. Good turn. It was a lovely run that was made by Sarah Impey onto the baseline there. As Ali Wheatley did the turn, popped it through. Impey then pulling the ball back to the P spot, and then from the ensuing bounce around, Kaneta onto it. And Kaneta just turning with her stick on the ball cleverly, and tackle coming in, and there's a connection of sticks, and the umpire always going to give a short corner. PC number 5 for England. Haven't been as sharp as they've usually been at their PCs. Bit of indecision, looks like it. And what they're going to do, need to be quite direct here to make it effective. Coming out short, Sarah White's going to slap us across the face. Goes for the drag flick. That's low, I think, but yeah, I think there's a call for that she wore it, but her hand was close to the ground that she thinks. I think if you watch the replay, that flick didn't get raised by much. Other umpire turned the blow around, saying it was very high. It was raised from the ground. I'm not sure if it is above shin pad height. We'll see when you watch the replay. Yeah, I suppose you could say that was high above the knee. Her arm was down close to the ground, but the drag flick looked like it was above the backboard, so umpire's getting that right. The disengaged umpire conferring. As Ireland gets a reset on the halfway line. Even wasting another short corner. They've scored from 1 so far. As the intercept happens but doesn't happen. Only one breath. Ball being carried on the sideline. A lot of attention being paid. 3 English players. Sarah White, the captain, stepping in eventually. Cornetta missing the tackle. Conrath mopping up and just turning and being sensible about this. Saying let's get to the side. Ireland, in the bigger scheme of things, can't say they've had any clean opportunities lately that have tested the England goalkeeper. A couple of balls have gone into the circle and they've got their stick on it, but it's popped loose or it's gone wild or just hasn't been a quality entry. The ball gets left there, and unfortunately that ball didn't travel 5 yards. So the right idea to dummy it, except that it is illegal. So England get to reset the back. Conrath will make this ball go across to White, who's at the back now, centre back. England happy to move this. They need some fetches in the midfield. Going back to Ross. Ireland doing the hard yards across the field there. Into Canetta. She'll pull it back as she does. Take on the run. Scanning for options. Gets Conrath wide. Sholcroft down the line if she's on. There we go. Needs a 45 ball. Throws the ball on the line. Webb's not... Sorry, Impey is moving away from that one. Sholcroft's going to win it again. Unfortunately, just... as play happens, Hunter's taking the ball. She hit this ball well on the field. She's hit a lot of ball cleanly down the middle of the field in this match. And Kathy Shaw's led to a couple of them. Yeah, and England happy to set up a trough ball. They've got 3 at the back and playing a 3-man trough. That's going to be a stretch. I think Becky Harris won't be too happy with that one. Made her work hard there, and it's day 9 of a tournament, and your legs are a little bit on the sad side. Those long passes that you've run for, they burn. Ball comes out. A bit of confusion about what actually happened there. Camera deflection somewhere. But England get to reset with a 16-yard start. 2-love up in this quarter. Well, 2-love in the match. In the third quarter we are. Still 4 minutes left. 4:40-42. And I think the lull in this game needs a spark to come from somewhere. If Ireland do manage to get something back here, it would get everybody on the edge of their seats, and I think England would love to get a third just to put some space between them and Ireland. Jenkinson making a good tackle at the back there to clear it for Ireland. And England get to reset just inside the half in the field. Ross coming back. Trying to find White. White's going to try and look down the field. Good hit there. Running the ball, Ellie Wheatley, and then Sholcroft got an overlap. She is looking for targets. I think she just might have chosen the wrong option there, because I think Canetta and... I'm trying to see who it was on the far side then. Made the late breaks, and they were mid-D by the time the cross got delivered. As again, we've got Sholcroft looking on the right-hand side. She'll get a foot here. Still under 4 minutes left to go here in this quarter. Conrath. So many times Canetta gets in that situation. They fire the ball at Canetta, and the turn happens. She keeps the ball on her stick. Gets hacked a couple of times, but when she gets into the D, she's off for the short corner winner. Gets the penalty corner for them. Again, Conrath looking out for Sholcroft. Sholcroft on the baseline. A little bit dead over there. Gets the blow, but really this is a tough place to be in. Sarah White realigning herself right at the back in case the ball is get dropped to her. Sholcroft having a little mini game by herself there. No advantage being played as Wheatley. There the ball does come out to Sarah White. She's going to go for the injury option. Yeah, it looks like it. Not sure what happened there. Might have been a bump of heads. Didn't quite see it pan out there, but it looked like something happened. No, just a very innocuous bump of heads. Kind of just caught her on the nose. Often when you get bumped to the nose, your eyes start watering, and it's painful. Everybody's reset, and Shallcroft will again keep the ball on the sideline and play a mini game by herself. Gets the ball in the circle and gets lifted out the circle. Unfortunately, the ball was one in the circle there, and Hunter had the ball on a stick. But when playing the ball out, lifted it, and ensuing ball was dangerous when it got to the players on the outside of the circle, but it was lifted from inside the circle, and therefore a penalty corner is awarded. And England now with their 6th penalty corner. Two minutes 10 to go in this quarter. It's the 3rd quarter, so England would definitely be looking to score, because a 3-goal cushion would put some daylight between them, and also mean they could then go into pass and play hockey. On the other hand, if Ireland can score and go 2-1, whole different ball game. Ejection out to middle no man's land. Ball being slipped out to White. White's going to push on the ground. It's cleared very cleanly from the P spot. And the ball coming out and just been lost in the midfield. Not sure what happened there, but it looked like Kinley just turned her back at the wrong time as the pass had been delivered. Didn't think it was coming to her. And the ball cracked her on the back of the foot, and Conrath now going to... The call from the sideline is this time to Conrath. Will keep the ball on the tidy up. Trying to waste a minute. Long time to hold the ball by himself. Turns. Doesn't find anything. Ball comes out for Kinley. Parks come to the rescue. To White. White's going to open up the field again. Make sure it's nice and play to the big field. Becky Harris just keeping the ball, and they're just going to keep the ball now. Going back to Ross. Ross will find a White, I'm pretty sure. And Conrath now moved wide there. 38 seconds, keeping the ball moving, running the clock down. Good, sensible play, as long as the ball pace stays high. Ball gets cracked down the sideline eventually, but I dare say intentionally that it was hit on along the sideboard to get as far down the field as possible. Linda Webb playing left half for a second there. 15 seconds to go. Ireland trying to push through. Loose ball in the corner, but that's going to run nowhere, and I think everybody's going to resign themselves with this. Quarter's over. It's England 2-love in this quarter, the semi-final. There's still 1 to go, and Ireland need to get something back here to get in this fixture. Welcome back as you join us for the fourth quarter of the semi-final for the O55 Ladies Division. England leading Ireland 2-0 in this encounter. Very tight game. England taking their 2 chances that they had very neatly. Ireland just unable to make some serious inroads into the England circle, and I think they need to get into that area of the field, sustain some pressure if they're going to get the scoreboard ticking. England happy to move the ball around the back carefully, and they've turned over possession there. This could be that moment. So we got a through ball game, but just running ahead of O'Grady, just can't get in the reach. Julie Shaw putting the pressure on there. And again, those small things at Ireland, when they come away with the ball, need to make some link-up passes to try and get them down the field. The few chances they do get, they've ended up just coughing the ball up too quickly. As England keep the sustained pressure going. An overhead attempted there. Stayed in field, so it's still happening. As Cornetta comes away with the ball. Passing back to the captain, Sarah White. Start in the midfield and now drop back to centre back. Conrath on a familiar right half position. Webb dropping back down the field, but this is not going to happen as Ireland now have a chance. They need to get in the circle. Ball into the P spot. Keeper goes down. Loose ball popping loose. Still going to be there. I lost track of all the people that had chances there, but I think Bell might have had the last one. Good run into the circle. It was Burke, I think, it took it in. A turnover that happened from England, just lack of ball pace. Midfield scramble there. Cornetta down the line. Trying to pop this ball out. This field is just compressed now. Nowhere to go. England now picking the ball up. Gatherer trying to get away. It definitely hampered. There's going to be a card because there was a breakaway there. It's a green card. Gatherer was away. I think if you watch the replay, the tackle did come in. The breakdown tackle, if you want to call it that. And unfortunately, the card's been given. It's going to be 2 minutes of suspension. Jenkinson. Given 2 minutes in England now in the D, looking for options. Gatherer did get a stick hack there. We heard it from here, but pulled the ball away. Advantage played. Gatherer making a great run along the baseline there. Gliding along, trying to find options. Looked like Cleverly was on the far post at that time. Vincent had joined in as well, just behind that, and unfortunately, Gatherer not able to deliver the pass as England get to reset. As they had done before, they've spent a lot of time in this position where Ireland are back in their own half. Ball out to Webb. Holding the ball by herself. Conrath now going to reset. Chopping the ball out to the captain. It goes out wide to Ross. Ross looking for runners. Looking for the through ball. That's a really good pass. Finding the ball through the Gatherer, and Gatherer had options, just the ball staying away from her. Becky Harris getting a little knock on the finger there for her efforts. Gatherer delivering the ball, almost went through the keeper. Chittick goals. Getting a foot knocking over the baseline, and England get a long corner, but they've had 2 or 3 clear movements there. They're trying to get into the D. Look threatening. Ireland come away with the ball. They need to find the mini game going. They do. Nowhere to go on the field as Lawler carries the ball. The breakdown tackle does come, but Lawler trying to carry that ball out. They're still short of a player. They're a player down from a green card. 2 minute suspensions almost up, I think. And England. There we go. Jenkinson back on the field. And Ireland are making a cross. I think they've got smacked into Becky Harris's foot. Ireland delivering the ball across, just trying to get in there. Ball popping up and danger being called as one of the Irish teams. They're now walking across the back of the goal of the field, coming to support the team on the field. It happens a lot at this tournament where you get other teams coming down and the ball gets put into the circle, carried the 5 yards, popped up, and that's a well-worked opportunity there to get a short corner. Carrying the ball 5 yards, looked like Lawler. Just got to confirm that, carried the ball 5 yards until she got to the corner. Came in the circle, and when she pushed it, ricocheted off an England stick, and then it's in the air and it's dangerous, and Ireland being duly awarded the penalty corner. It's only their second short corner, so again, like we said before, England haven't scored off the opportunities recently, and it takes 1 goal to go in here, and 2-1. This game will open up and get the crowd ready to say, and the Irish supporters on the far side of the field, aligning the fence in full voice. England supporters a bit subdued at the moment, as we see what ensues from here. Comes the right-hand castle, slight tapping, gets hit into the first wave. England come away with the ball. Harris, I think, with it. Canetta letting it go. Conrad can play the ball on the line. Webb just missing it. Cleverly still got it. There's opportunity on the counter. Ball drop back to Webb, and nice sensible hockey. It closed down, and so they've gone into holding mode. Ball going right across. Harris trying to make the play happen there. Ross joins in. Playing together on the far side. Again, England coming in with their penalty corner. The strike being hit straight in. Like Burke hit the ball straight into the first wave stick. From there, England tried to have a counter attack, but when it closed down, they just went into holding mode, and they've gone back and just regained the ball. Although a bit of attention be paid there. Looked like O'Brien running through for the pressure, and unfortunately they just coughed it up again. Ireland just guilty of not making their 5-6 passes. They get to their first or second one, and then somebody gives it back to England. Ball down the sideline. This is going to hug the sideline and just creep out. Ali Wheatley was on a bicycle, but ran out of space. And the Irish supporters have now G'd on the English supporters. Getting a little bit loud on the sideline here as the clock ticks down. We've got 9.5 minutes left. England holding the 2-goal lead. Ball comes across. Gelvin at the back, playing there. Tries to hit the ball through the lines, but only as far as Conrath. Conrath making the ball safe. Just can't find Shellcroft. Conrath and Shellcroft doing a lot of work together on the side of the field. They get to know each other very well. Again, they find each other. Shellcroft is the go-to person for Conrath. They work well on the side together. As the ball comes out again, Burke have to go for the trough ball. Hunter again for the trough ball as well, but a little bit slower. Jenkinson's going to have work to do now because Wheatley's come in, dispossessed her. This could be a opportunity. Wheatley likes to run it in. She's going to turn and shoot. There it comes. Hits the ball into Jenkinson. The umpire's going to make a decision. He's going to call for a PC because I think his shot was on target. Again, the trough ball is a little slow there, and we could see it coming as Ali Wheatley, as always, sprightly on her bicycle, trying to get there quickly. Made the intercept. Ball popped loose. She took it in, rolled for the shot, and then when she cracked it, hit it into Jenkinson, who was in the way. And the umpire said that's a blockage, and the ball wasn't dangerous. And England get their 7th short corner. The last one didn't go anywhere, actually. A bit confusion about where the injection was. Coming out to the right-hand castle. Oh, missed trap. They're going to hate that. Comes out right. Shawcroft's going to try and play back in again. Great defending in the field there. Jenkinson with a phenomenal tackle. Yes, that's a good call there because that was a really, really good tackle. Important by Jenkinson. Flat stick, indoor style. The ball comes out quickly to Burke. Burke's going to try and find some options down the field. Doesn't get very far as Burns drops the ball back out again, and now Jenkins is going to have to make some play. Moving the ball across, there's 7.5 minutes left, and Ireland are going to feel Gatherer overrunning the ball. Ireland are going to feel they're going to need something at some stage from this game. Julie Shaw playing it downfield. Slowly but surely they're working their way down the field as Salter. Ball popped loose from her stick there, but we're still playing. And we move forward the whole time. Ireland again, that's a nice overhead coming back at them. It's been turned around every time they lose it. Don't get impatient. Chingerson with a really good turn away. Linda Webb was putting pressure on it. Hunter out wide, trying to find the ball across, but O'Neill with a backhand pull, just losing possession there. And Gatherer all the way back to go and do some defensive work. Ross looking down the line, ambitious, because Gatherer's actually stuck here, hits her foot. The trough ball was wide open, and I think umpire not happy because Gatherer knocked the ball away. Just stop the foot. And so Manny Gatherer's going to get a green card, 2-minute suspension. There's still 6 minutes left in the game, so for the next 2 minutes, Ireland have to make a plan to put people forward, find the overlap of player. Need to keep moving the ball. Berg finding the ball out right to Hunter. And now we've got the ball going through. Kanetsa trying to make a tackle there and getting blocked. And Ross just slowing everything down with Harris. No rush here. Going back to Sarah White, the captain. Ball out wide to Conrath. Conrath, again, has been working with Shallcroft so well. Shallcroft opens the line for her. Attempts to run it down the line. Conrad denied that option, said no thanks, I don't want to run this ball, we'll play back rather, as Ireland turned the ball over, but given it straight to Wheatley, she can run to this, she's got leg space. Chooses the option, and I think that telepathy between Webb and Wheatley just wasn't on the same scale there. Wheatley passed right and Webb moved left, and they gave each other the stare of what just happened there. I think Wheatley underestimated her speed there. She could have actually run that a bit further as the pass comes through. Ireland just not capitalizing with the man up here. Hunter dropping the ball out, but they need to get forward. Doesn't help them going backwards the whole time. Jenkinson down the line to Shaw. Shaw only as far as Koneta. And the ball just been rolled forward over the line. Koneta and Shallcroft just not finding each other there, but I don't think England's too worried about that. The ball rolls down the sideline, and Ireland got to go fetch it every single time. It just keeps turning them over, turning them over. It does get frustrating if you can't make your way down the field. Ireland haven't been down to the England 22 for a while now, and that ball is going to beat everybody and roll over the corner flag. And England are going to set up deep in the field, but they'll definitely take their time to get there. 4 minutes to go as England enjoy a 2-love lead and are looking to be the first team to qualify for the final in this over 55 division. Ball being played by Webb into defender's foot. That definitely was a turn and go moment. O'Neill trying to stop her, but not happening as Wheatley comes back on the field, and immediately he's running around again, making some yards. Gatherer trying to find a way out here. A lot of pressure on her. Often players guilty of not stepping out the field here, staying in field when making the steal. Ball goes through, and England get the ball. And they're going to try and run the clock down for 3 minutes to go. It's a long way. Ireland not hanging anybody high at the moment. You think 2-love down, they start putting some players up the field, trying to expand this game and stretch it out. Don't see them taking their keeper off either. They only chase a big game here. Not 1 goal difference, but they're stuck in their own half. And I think looking up front, they do have Kathy Shaw at centre forward, looks like it, but not very high in the field. They do send one now. Salter going higher, but still All the Irish players are back in their 22. If they do win it, it is a long way to go. All the players staying in field. Players can step outside the field and tackle from the outside in, but it's a mental thing. People don't do it. You see now all the players keeping their feet in the field. There we go. They've stepped around the outside. That's what they need to do. Gatherer just be nice and calm and collected. And again, looking for a tackle. Umpire then saying stick block. As Ireland now come away with the ball. And they run with it, and Gatherer is going to get another card for Nadra Chichi. That's going to be a yellow card, I think. She's been playing the destructive game in that corner, and with 2 minutes to go, she'll be off for the rest of the match. Although 2 minutes is a long time to score 2 goals. 1 goal maybe, but ball being knocked down the sideline. This has gone a long way. Ball being collected by Burns upfield there. Sarah White breaking it all down. There's still time here, Ireland, to get this ball in and get some value for money. Ball going outside, make it live, move it 5 yards. They're going to come back. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Deflection happening. Canetta's going to get on it. Canetta likes to protect the ball. Very good at that. We've seen this film so many times. The ball's gone to Canetta, and she's kept it on a stick and moved it. Not coughing up too easily as we got 1 minute left. England will probably try and hit this ball down the field. Get some space. They go out wide. Becky Harris. Not doing much. Looking for the deceptive option. Trying to play it back into Kathy Shaw. Kathy Shaw wasn't falling for that. As Ireland now trying to cross the ball. Jenkinson looking for a circle entry. Fires it away, but of course, Sarah White, the captain's there. She's going to run at the corner flag. 40 seconds to go. This is a knockout hockey time when there's only 40 seconds left in the semi-final place and the final place going big, and you don't want to be too crazy with what you do. It will frustrate Ireland, never ending that they can't get this ball back from them. Sarah White losing the ball, and Ireland now pushing forward. Ball coming out. Oh, and the cross just been fluffed slightly. All happening there. I think Lawler got the ball on the edge there and just couldn't do anything with it as we go into the last 7 seconds. This game is over. England, 2-love victors. They're going to go to the final, and the next game will decide who plays against them. Good solid performance by England. Ireland competitive the whole way throughout, but just couldn't match them and couldn't score any goals. Thank you for joining us.